$14,000 annually, okay? At $10 an hour, at 40 hours a week, it's $20,600 per year, okay? These guys are making $14,000 per year as paraeducators. Can you explain to me that, which school do you work in? Or?
Erskine Elementary.
Erskine Elementary. What do you do as a day-to-day operation as a paraeducator?
Well, every day is different. You never know which way you're going to be spun when you go in. You have a game plan when you go in. I work with the alternative classroom. I help some kids who are trying to transition back into regular classrooms. I go with them to make sure that they're on their best behavior and they're focused and doing what they're supposed to when they're making that transition. I escort them to specials. I escort them to lunch. I work with them one-on-one in the classroom, all topics, and I follow the lead of my great teacher, Miss Dunham. And when there's something she needs me to do, she'll let me know, and I'm more than happy to do it. But each day can be different depending on what the school as a whole has going on.
Well, 35 people understaffed. I mean, I'm sure it probably does change. What time do you start your day as a work day?
8:45.
8:45. What time do you get off?
3:30.
3:30. So you're basically working almost 8 hours over the course.
We're required to take a certain amount of breaks. So our work day technically is, I believe, 5.75 hours is what the official time on the clock is. But I can guarantee you almost every paraeducator works more than the 5.75 every day.
And without the paraeducators inside the classroom, do you think the classes would actually operate the way that they do right now?
Absolutely not.
What are some of the struggles that some of these teachers would feel if they had no paraeducator in there?
Well, if there's a kid is having a meltdown, some kids can be emotional.
Right.
Some kids come from bad situations, have experienced very bad trauma in their lives. So sometimes when things get stressful for them, they can act out, have meltdowns, crying, fits, throwing stuff. So if there was not a paraeducator in there to help with that situation, the teacher would have to stop education for all 20, 25 kids, however many she has, and focus on that one kid to not hurt himself or others. So without a paraeducator, when you have an instance like that, all education for all students stop.
Is a special needs program or a special education program kicking in any money to help fund some paraeducators? Are you aware of any of that?
I have not been informed or come across or found anything of any kind of thing for paraeducators like that.
Any one of those board members that was sitting behind the table up there, have you seen them running around the schools and actually been in there working hands-on with any of the students?
I cannot say that I've seen that.
Okay. That's all I have for you tonight. Para or?
Nope, I don't work as a para. I'm just a ACS parent. I have 3 children at ACS. I have one at Southview, one at Anderson Elementary, and one at Anderson Intermediate. So they're everywhere.
Okay. I don't know about you, but living off of $14,000 a year is not even possible.
Yeah, it's not. They have to have a second or third job to be able to support their families. And especially there are a lot of single mothers that are paras that are trying to support their children that also attend in district. And they have to pick up a second or third job in the evenings or on the weekends. And there's just no way for them to support themselves on $14,000 a year.
Without insurance, without any kind of benefits.
Absolutely, and they cannot even go to the clinic that is available for the teachers. They have to go to either the med check or the pharmacy and things like that. They can't even take advantage of the teacher union clinic.
Wow. Just talk. $14,000 a year. What'd you think about that? $14,000. Damn it, I could spend that much in a Walmart in the course of a year. Hell, I could probably done it in 6 months.
We'll not talk about the fact that McDonald's employees hired in freshly make more than that a year.
They're making $10 an hour at McDonald's. If they worked 40 hours a week, that's $20,600, okay? Yet what these people are doing is 100-fold times more important. But we're going to pay people that flip the Big Macs more money than the paraeducators, which are keeping the classroom up and rolling. We're going to explore. Let's explore what life is like living off of $14,000 a year, okay? This is my Cadillac. I can promise you that much. It's dark out here because we've been out here at this meeting. But you don't drive one of these making $14,000 a year. Hell no. So I don't understand how in the hell, I'm going to use this audio clip, not so much, but how in the hell.
That's what I made when I worked at Papa John's.
So you made that on paper delivering pizza at a Papa John's, but these are the ones that keep the classroom in check. These are the ones that when you have a special needs student have a meltdown in the classroom, they're the ones that come to the rescue. They're the ones that they support the teachers. $40 million the school received. But still, you're going to pay these people $14,000 a year. The average equivalent of a 5-year-old Toyota Prius is valued about the same price. And that's what they're worth to you? I don't understand why this is not a problem for the community. This should piss off every parent, not only in the city of Anderson, but across the whole state, across the whole country, across the whole world, because there's nothing more that important that you can invest into than education.
Our children's futures are in their hands.
You know what? Any of these paraeducators that are sitting out here that have to go get secondary jobs, we'd love to have you on board. I mean, anything that we could do. I don't know if there's a way that somebody would start some type of a public GoFundMe page and just collect money and divide it up and donate it to the paraeducators. But rest assured, as citizens, if the school system does not do the right thing, we have a moral responsibility to these folks to do the right thing and take care of them, because this is not okay. I want you to think about how serious it is if there was nobody there to help the first graders find their way to the classrooms, when they get off the bus, or to make sure that they got back on that bus to get back home from school. $14,000 a year. So let's look, $14,000 a year, and let's take a look at if you were by yourself as an individual and you took this on as your career, your job. And mind you, when the guy was sitting up there talking, and he said that after they work, they have to wait a month to get paid for their services. So it's not like they're getting paid by the day, or they're getting paid every other week or something like that. But they're almost on a net 30, the same way that you would do a trucking company, in a factoring contract, net 30 type of a situation, paid 30 days backwards. They go on Christmas break, and they come back from Christmas break. You have to work all 30 days before you see that first paycheck come across. Now, granted, maybe you're getting paid for work that you did 30 days ago, but who puts gas in your car? Who buys groceries? What about the baby's Pampers? What happens if you are by yourself and you still need to go ahead and eat? Gas prices, groceries, everything else. I mean, we were in the grocery store the other day, and pork was, up 3 times as much as what it was this time last week. We're gonna drive by this gas station and see that it's $3.45 a gallon? Is that what it is? $3.45 a gallon, okay? $3.45 a gallon, okay? And you had 10 gallons that your gas tank would hold, or if you drive pretty much anything else, you probably have a 20-gallon tank if you have a truck of some sort. That's one day's worth of pay right there. By the time, half a day's or a day's worth of pay. Make it make sense, because, numbers never lie. And, we're going to look at what would life be like. What do you eat? What kind of diet do you have to be able to survive off of, to make sure that you're staying healthy and vigilant? Oh, and not to mention, this is not like they're getting money for, it's not like they're getting this pay plus getting the benefits. No, they are fully on their own when it comes to health care. They can't even use the unions, the teachers' health clinic. They can't even use any of that stuff. They have to go to MedCheck, pay for their prescriptions out of pocket. Simply put, there's no prescription available. There's no prescription coverage. There's no health coverage. There's no dental, no vision. None of that. It's a mess, and it's wrong. So we got to fix this.